not seen one like this. It's even got a little decal on the side. Look, we got a little mountain range WildTrak. Okay, in Broncoville, let's call WildTrak like Rubicon in Jeepville. You know what I'm saying? Rubicon is the top of the line in Jeepville. That's where you get all the off-road goodness. WildTrak, that does the same. We got some beefy meat right there, all-terrain mud grip tar. We got that WildTrak graphic. Race red looks good on anything. All right, you know the deal. We're gonna start from the back. Ooh, you look so good. I mean, it's not going to be much different than any other Bronco we've ever looked at. The race rig just looks so good. Hard top, you got two tops. We don't have a sky roof in this. You know, on the Jeep, they got a soft top, a hard top, and then they got that roof that comes back in the middle, the big, huge sunroof. Ford doesn't prescribe to that or whatever. There are your roof panel storage bags. There are our all-weather mats. Let's get underneath. Right there is our jack. One thing that you'll notice right here is on Jeeps and Wranglers, you're going to have your door bolts. There's a little place where you can put your door bolts, windshield bolts, and top bolts. Ford has not been doing this quite as long as Jeep, so they haven't become quite as refined. So you'll need to bring a Ziploc bag for your bolts. Speaking of your bolts, on the Bronco, you'll notice, Casey, the doors don't even come off of that. What are you talking about? Well, Jeeps, you know, they have exposed hinges. Well, on Broncos, their hinges are just as simple to operate as the Jeep. You take that one nut off right there, and then that bolt right there, and then the doors come right off. You drop the window down in there. If you'll notice, these are half doors. Most of your Jeep Wrangler doors now, they're framed. Broncos, most of them, actually all of them, are the half doors. Same situation, same principle. Disconnect your stuff, pop the two bolts, done and all that. Okay, hard top, we've talked about that. We've got a 12 volt for charging back there. Pretty simple. We've got a little storage right there. It's not very deep, but it is the length of that. The red looks so good in here. We got our speakers right there. If you'll notice also in Bronco, see how open all that is? On Jeeps, you're going to have a sound bar across right there. Broncos, they don't do that as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave that top. Oh, one more thing before I go. On the new Wranglers, they don't have a strut at the bottom of the door. Listen, it's not a big thing, but it's little things, okay? I'm a bigger person, so strength and closing the doors and opening them, that's not a big thing for me. However, let's say someone's not that strong or whatever, you're parked on a hill and the door's heavy. Anyway, the strut just helps the door be a little bit easier to manage. So we'll go ahead and do that right there. Let's walk around the side right here. How big are those? Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me. 315 70R17s. Have you got the number for somebody that doesn't know? Are these 33-inch mud grip tar or are these 35-inch mud grip tar? All right, let's go ahead and I guess it's time to get on in that interior. One of my favorite things to tell people is the interior, it's vinyl. What'd he say? Vinyl. No, this isn't leather, Casey. Why do you have to lie to everybody? This is not vinyl, it's leather. No, this is vinyl. Think of marine grade vinyl. Think of like Sea Ray boats. Yeah, think of like a Cuddy cabin boat or like a Supra boat, a Mastercraft, like anything, you know, those big vinyl seats that they've got so they can take the moisture and the punishment. That's what these are. Anyway, it is very nice. We'll look at the window sticker to find out what color it is. Let's undo that steering wheel. Undo that steering wheel. Before we get up in there, we've got no vents on the back of the console. Shame on you, Ford. We need that for the back passengers. We got some USB-Cs right there to charge phones and tablets and whatever else. We've also got a power outlet down there. There's your windshield, good God, window switches right there. We've also got pockets on the back of the seats. Toyota, will you please quit your cost-cutting measures and put pockets on both of the seats? I've been seeing a lot of Toyota products lately, and they only got one mat pocket on the back of the seat. How much money is that saving you, really? All right, let's go ahead and climb in here. We got an old crab handle. We got some running boards. Let's get on in here and see what we've got. We all know I'm about 6 foot, 6'1". If I sit up straight, about 280, 285. Headroom, we got headroom in here because it's a hard top. The soft top would probably sit a little bit lower. As far as shoulder room, I'll go ahead and close the door just so you can kind of have to see what that looks like in here. I'm plenty comfortable. This seat is moved up a little bit probably a little bit further than most people would, but I do have some knee room, so anyway, they'd have a little bit room to come back right there. I could easily roll, obviously, with one more person my size, or possibly even roll with two people that are smaller than me. I have owned a couple of Jeep Wranglers in my life. I've owned some Grand Cherokees. My wife and I recently owned a 2015 JK Wrangler with 3.6. Now, I know that there is a JL and the JKs are the new interior, but the interior in Broncos, I'm sorry. In my opinion, they're a lot better than Wranglers. Now, I will say the new Wranglers, they do have some denim on their dashes, and their screen has gotten a lot larger. That screen is massive. I just like the way it's all put together up there. Got a little grab handle right there to play with right there. How many times are you going to say right there? Let's jump up there and play with a few of those things. All right. Disembarking from the back of the race red Ford Bronco. We'll look at that window sticker in just a second. Let's go ahead and climb on up into the front here. Excuse me, big horse fly. Shoe fly, shoe. All right. Bring the power, 12 whole miles on the Ford Bronco. I know the back door is open. I know I should have done that. Okay. Remember I said at the beginning of this, WildTrak. The WildTrak is the equivalent to something like a Rubicon in Jeepville. So keep that in mind when we're going through here. All right, these are where most of your controls are missing. There's one missing right here, and I gotta find out what it is. I've been missing it all day. There's your locking front differential, locking rear differential. That is a really cool little thing right there. It locks the inside wheel, whether it be the left wheel, whichever one is the inside wheel. It locks it, lets it go, locks it, and it just helps you make a quick, tight J-turn. Not exactly as cool as a J-turn, but it does help make it tighter on turn. So if you've got like a U-turn and a tight trailhead or something, it might come in handy. It might help. All right, you got aux switches right there. That's for winches, lights, whatever else you may want. We got an auto-dimming mirror. This is a hard top. We've talked about this. I guess you could call that Ford stole the design from Jeep, but I mean, how many designs can you actually have? You're gonna have to lock them in on all four corners, as you can see. So I guess they stole Jeep's design, but come on, what are you gonna do? So you got locks right there. It's very simple. Then you slide these guys right here. These are gonna be tough because they're brand new. Oh, I don't even know if I can do this. Ah! It's because I gotta have another hand anyway, and I'm not gonna do the other ones, but they pop right off. You got a 3-piece or a 4-piece part. 1, 2 T-tops. Think of T-tops like Firebirds. Think of Burt Reynolds. Think of Smokey and the Bandits. So you got 2 T-tops up top. Then you've got another big center part right here, and then so you've got, let me climb up here so you can see. All right, so you got 1 top, 2 top. This piece right here, see the line right there? So there's 3 part, that's gonna come off. And then you've got, I guess you could take off, well, I don't guess, you can take the windows off right here. Oh, look, it looks like an old Bronco. That's pretty cool. You can take the windows out and you can leave this part of the top on if you wanted to, or it just comes off in section. It's like a kit. It's like Build-A-Bear. It's all these little parts and you just snap them back in there. All right. All right, let's go ahead and lock it back in. There we go. All right, why are we gonna look at visors? We're gonna go, let's go ahead and let's move under the hood. Let's talk about the powertrains, because that's where it's really about. Oh wait, guess we should finish the interior. 10-speed automatic, we've talked about that before. USB-C and a USB-D right there. No wireless charging pad, little console right there. You've got some storage right there. Places, oh, there's a 12 volt right there. Oh, no, it's not a 12 volt, it's 2 USB-C, so you could plug in some kind of camera or your GoPro or whatever right there, so you can mount and do your off-wheel, so you can video your off-roading. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone climate control. There's your GOAT modes. I guess we could play with the GOAT modes too real quick. I guess I jumped the gun on the old going to the engine. We'll get there. Normal, eco, sport. Now we're shifting, slippery, moist, mud and ruts, rocky. Now we're going into low sand. Oh, it's moving. The Bronco's shifting. Baja. And that's all of them. We'll go back through here real quick. She's going to go back through her 4-wheel drive modes. We'll go back to normal. It's where we were. All right, there's your window switches. There's your power mirror switches. Inside your console, you got another 12 volt right in there. Little change holder right there. That little guy's going to sit just like that. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and put that in there for somebody for that nice whoever purchases this brand new. There we go. All right, there's a little look back in the seats. We got a little Bronco right there. Pay no attention to my backpack. All right, I guess that's about it. The old grab handle, it's a little wobbly, but it's in there. Okay, let's go underneath the hood. Let's go underneath the hood. The powertrains and the running gear is where, in my mind, the Bronco is far superior to the Jeep. I like Jeeps. I actually kind of believe that Jeeps are a little bit better off-road than Broncos. Broncos are real big and burly. Like, it's just a big... It doesn't do finesse. It just wants to crush everything. It just wants to go everything and just... Jeeps, they're kind of light. They're a lot lighter weight. They're not as wide. Sorry about the wind. They're not as wide. And they're kind of a little bit more nimble. The Bronco doesn't do nimble. It just wants to destroy things. All right, here we go. God, that race red looks so good. Let me prop my rod here. Give me just 1 second. He's going to prop his rod. 2.7 liters worth of EcoBoost V6. About 325 horsepower, roughly about 400 pound-feet of torque. You can also get a 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine. That is the Mustang engine. I think that's about 300 horsepower, 315 pound-feet of torque. Please check the stats. I might be a little bit off. Also, there is one more edition of the Bronco, and it is the ultimate Bronco. It is the Bronco Raptor. We have talked about Bronco Raptors. We have reviewed a few on this channel. Anyway, if you decide that this is not enough and you need more four-wheel drive prowess, you'll get the Raptor. And then underneath the hood, you get a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. The same twin-turbo V6 that's under the hood of the Exploder ST. I believe in Bronco Raptor trim, it's 440 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. But please, I'll put the numbers in the video right here just because I need to be more specific, I guess. We can't just be guessing on numbers. But there are 3 engine options in the Bronco and in the Jeep. Well, we're not going to talk about Jeeps. Who cares? The Bronco Raptor, there's only one Jeep that would compete with the Bronco Raptor, and that is the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392.